Prediction. There's not very many votes for it. All right. Jonah, tournament map. Oh, I think TJ's on the Delirium version then, if he's playing Bobble. So it's cool. I think it plays Traverse and Emrakul the Promise in main deck, stuff like that. If no one votes for color, I'll just refund it. It's no big deal. But Jonah pops map. So it has Cataracts in place, so no turn 3 Tron. Yeah, I'd have to imagine Cataracts isn't a card you want to draw. You just want it to be in your deck to tutor with Golos, but... Oh, someone just dropped a lot of points on 4-color. Cataracts, play a Chromatic Sphere. Crack the sphere, draw. Stirrings with the green mana. Plays always in TJ. He's a good player. Not a bad bet. But Jonah had a lot of success Saturday with this, making the top 8. And I think part of that success was the fact that I think this deck can kind of prey on 4-color. I think it can go over the top of 4-color. But man, the 4-color deck's just so good, and a player as good as TJ, it's really tough to tell. I think this might be like maybe the first time TJ is playing 4-color on his own. He might have played it on MTGO, I don't know. Abundant growth on basic mountain. On Snow Mountain, I think, right? This is the control version. It probably is. I don't think the Delirium version plays Risen Reef, so I'll change the name for now. I guess I could call it 4-color Delirium, but just call it this. Oh, sorry, I missed that. So it looks like Jonah went Karn and TJ countered it. Karn liberated into counterspell. So now Jonah plays land passes. I see at least one other land in Jonah's hand, I think. Could be wrong. By Yorion. Still has counterspell up. I think it's another big Karn off the top. That's gonna eat a counterspell for sure. Baby Tef was the draw, I think. Play Omnath. What a card. When it enters the battlefield, draw a card. When you play lands, things happen. That's all the more I'm going to elaborate on what that card does. So land off the fetch makes 4 extra mana, and then tapping 1 mana, playing Yorion, blinking Omnath and Abundant Growth, drawing 2 cards. So much value. So that turn TJ played a 4/4, a 4/5 flyer, drew 3 cards, gained 4 life. Yeah, I think that was everything. And then Jonah just played a Wormcoil engine. So beats either of these creatures one-on-one for right now. But TJ gonna iteration. Exile a bauble, put a card in hand, bottom a card. Cast bauble. Oh, he just has Tef. He can just Tef bounce it. I mean, he probably has other things he can do, but that looks pretty good to start with. Land drop, gain 4 more life. Another iteration in hand. Some lands in hand, Teferi in hand. This is probably like a Delirium check here as well. Not sure if he has like Traverse or anything, or because you can maybe go crack this fetch, get some mana, cast a Traverse, go get like Solitude and cast it. Because I'm pretty sure he plays Traverse. All right, use 2 of the floating mana off of the Almath trigger to cast another iteration. Ice Fang, iteration to hand. Oh my god, this deck cannot run out of cards. Should still have 2 mana floating, a white and a green. Use a green, play an Abundant Growth. Use the white mana and then 2 other lands to play a Baby Teferi. Bounce Wormcoil, draw a card. Attack for 8. Cast Ice Fang. There's a Traverse. So I've seen a decent number of these decks kind of moving to this type of game plan. You run baubles to make yourself get Delirium easier, and then you play this Traverse, which it's like a better Eladamri's Call when you have Delirium, because it's not an instant, but it is just 1 mana to go search for any land or any creature in your deck. And then if it's not Delirious, you can just search a basic land and put it in your hand. But then, like, because a lot of these decks were playing Emrakul anyways, the Promised End. So now they're usually running like 1 main deck as well. And I think it's to have that advantage in the mirror where now you have this extra over the top, even more over the top game plan of I can just tutor up an Emrakul at any point here. Once this game goes for a certain amount of time and get you. That is a Karn Liberated with an uptick. And replay the Wormcoil. Anybody see what TJ got with that? Was it a Solitude or with that Traverse? I actually failed to pay attention to it. You got an Emrakul? Gotcha. Alright. Cast Emrakul the Promised End. Promised End of the game for sure. Costs 1 less cast for each card type among cards in your graveyard, and as this deck is running baubles and some things like that to help it get Delirium as well. This ends up not being too expensive. I think it was 9 mana here to cast because you got 4 mana back from Omnath and then tap 5. But yeah, when you cast it, you gain control of target opponent during that player's next turn. And then after that turn, that player takes an extra turn. Flying, Trample, Protection, or Instance. So TJ is going to take Jonah's turn here. Jonah, no cards in hand. Has a Karn, a Wormcoil. Probably just minus Karn on your own Wormcoil. Yeah. Unholy Heat it as well. TJ does get both players' turns, so he can still take actions of his own during Jonah's turn and take Jonah's actions for him as well. So also Besage is a Tron land. Upticks Karn again. Tujo Exile and Odawara. And Jonah scoops him up. So TJ had some really good counter spells there. I think that was kind of the main difference in the game. It delayed Jonah ever resolving one of those big Karns for several turns. Those counter spells were super clutch. Sometimes you just get punched in the mouth and your plan goes way off course, you know. All right, sorry, missed turn 1 here. Looks like Tron land into map into your turn, TJ. Looks like gonna fetch Shock Prismatic Ending the map. I think if I was ever playing Tron and had 3 basic forests on turn 3, I'd probably just, I don't know, I'd probably start crying. Pop Relic. Draw a card, draw for turn. Basic Forest. No Tron. Ancient Stirrings. Jonah once drawn. Scrying. Scrying's okay. It's pretty good. You'll have access to 5 mana next turn. After you get your Tron piece. Could play Golos or a smaller Karn. I just start crying a lot too. Yeah, sometimes you just be crying, man. It's okay. It's good to express your emotions, you know? Oh, sorry. This is a Stirrings, so he can't just like get Sylvan's Crying. I'm trolling. It's a Sphere. Excellent face cam angles here. Something hysterical just happened, I guess. I don't know. Play what is that? Spara's headquarters? Pass. Baby Karn. Counterspell. So we didn't have Tron. Or still don't have Tron, I should say. Play the Odawara. Play Almanath. Draw a card. Jonah rips Tron. TJ's crying. Look at his face. Oh my god. Is that Ugin the Ineffable? Or is that that's Ugin the Spirit Dragon. That's the other art for it. Oh my god, this clowns. This Ugin. -4 takes care of Omnath. He's so mad. He's if you don't know TJ, it was all for show. Definitely hamming it up. You don't deserve to whine when you're playing the top hated deck for color in tournament. F4 color, so satisfying to watch. Yeah. Midrange can nothing against Tron. Yeah, I don't know. I think the control variants of 4 color are a little bit better against Tron. I do think it's legally obligated to have a smug face. Yeah. TJ's reaction is really funny. I'll never forget the day I went to an open with TJ and he dropped to go get Raisin Cane's chicken. Yeah, that pretty much sums up TJ. Just TJ's gone to 1Ks and then just decided he didn't want to play and just took a nap in the car while he waited for his friends to play. Okay, but that's worth for Raisin Canes. Yeah, valid, for sure. There was a player who Spike is one of Spike's friends. He was tweeting about it. I don't know if you guys saw, but literally just went 1-1 and top 8'd an RCQ. It was like a 30 something person RCQ, so like 5 rounds, right? He gets a bye, round 1, wins a game, loses a game, so he's 2-1 now. Round 3, his opponent just left. They had a lunch break too, was the funny thing, and just left to go get food. So he just wins round 4 randomly. I think I said round 3, round 4. And then round 5, his opponent was dead to top 8, so he just scooped him into top 8. He literally only went 1-1 in like actual matches and got top 8. I thought that's a really funny story. All right. Jonah's got some absolute bangers in play here. Let's see if TJ can bounce back. Starts with iteration. Why not drink a beer, concede and go to pub is better. Yeah. I mean, if you think you got a mismatch or, you know, a really bad matchup, for sure, I could see the value in that. Jonah mull to 5. I think Tron performs best when you mull to at least 5. Oh, spoilers. Oh, I'm so sorry. My bad. We got like an hour left. I'm sorry. My bad. I didn't think about that. Weren't you here? Ganini, weren't you here when that, like, when it was live? Oh, you weren't? My bad. I'm sorry. No, I feel bad. Jonah, Chromatic Sphere. 1 and 2 because Todd was there, couldn't make it. Gotcha. Oh, my bad, man. I didn't mean to spoil it. Ruined. Oh no. Prismatic ending the sphere. Oh, Jonah slow rolled the map like a god. That was nuts. God wouldn't play Tron. Drew the map like a god. I figured he drew it because there's basically no way you don't just still play the map turn 1. But yeah, that's great because he just dodged Prismatic Ending by playing Sphere on turn 1. Who knows? I mean, I could see it being decent. Turn 1 is the turn they're gonna Prismatic Ending your 1-drop for sure. So it's like might as well play the Sphere first because it matters like turn 3 versus turn 4 Tron in this matchup, but it's just not as much as some other matchups. The game's gonna go long for sure anyways. It's like not the worst. Kaz, can you shut up, please? You don't know what you're talking about. Also, if you think that was mean, Cass, my friend. Karn, the Great Creator. What you gonna get? Gonna get Chromatic Orrery, please. So, you don't know the reason it's combo Tron. We didn't really talk about it. Is it plays Chromatic Orrery in the side? If this is the same list that I think it is. And then also Filigree Sages, I think. And those 2 cards go infinite. Yo, guys, looking for a mono red guide for Pioneer. Help me, brothers. If you want a mono red guide for Pioneer, I would highly recommend... oh, I typed the name in wrong. I think they go by Island Go Sam. It's like Island Go Sam is the name. Super good mono red player. And then if you want just Pioneer content in general, I highly recommend Tandy. So there's 2 really good YouTube channels to go check out. And you can also check out our YouTube. We have a lot of paper Pioneer content. Noah's sideboard already, but he hasn't updated it in a long time. Gotcha. There's a mono red Discord. I don't know if someone can link it, but I do know that there is one. And there's a decent amount of mono red gameplay on our channel. So just you could search maybe like, I don't know, Apex Gaming mono red aggro, or just look through our videos. Because I put them in playlists, so you should be able to look through all the Pioneer Weekly videos. All right. So what artifact did Jonah get there? What is that? All right. Fury deals with the Karn. I don't know what artifact that is though. Needle? Oh, gotcha. Probably Needle on Ren, I guess. Big Karn coming down. Take care of the Fury. I think they said it's Pithing Needle. So I would imagine it's Needle naming Ren, if I had to guess. Big Karn liberated, gonna uptick. Get a card out of your hand. It's a Solitude, exiled. Jam Worm Coil, pretty good. TJ does have counter magic. Deals with Worm Coil. Got another counter spell in hand. So Jonah might have a hard time resolving anything here, but actually gonna tap out for this Yorion. I believe TJ's down to 13. Jonah upticking Karn again. Little surprised by no downtick on the Yorion. Gets the counterspell out of TJ's hand. So TJ has Unholy Heat, but I don't think he has Delirium. I was going to say could maybe Unholy Heat plus Yorion attack the big Karn and deal with it, but I don't think he's close to Delirium. Playing Tron against Jun and they just can't beat Wormcoil. Yeah. Yeah, Wormcoil is great. And it hoses like, you know, Burn, obviously, which is one of Tron's worst matchups, so it just gives them like an actual chance to win. And there's a few decks that just have a really hard time beating Wormcoil. I've seen an uptick in Tron decks that try to do slightly different things and go a little more over the top recently. Like this one, obviously, very much more going over the top. And there was one playing Golos that top 8'd on Sunday as well. So two pretty spicy Tron decks top 8'd our events. Thinking, ooh, that's one of Jonah's Emrakul, the Promised End. Gonna take TJ's turn. TJ's gonna fire off the Unholy Heat on Jonah's Karn, since Jonah's gonna get value out of it anyways. Alright, this camera does not work right now because Jonah's leaned forward. Alright, swing into Emrakul. Do you swing with both creatures? Fetch, fail to find. Huh, Jonah just took 4 from the Omnath. I'm not really sure why. Okay, TJ cannot beat the Karn and the Emrakul. GG's, Jonah takes down 2-1.